You like I actually cut it thorough. Yeah, but they make such a big You guys want a plate or napkins or anything?
Yeah, I have napkins.
That's the beauty of craft beer, is that there's always somebody thinking about something creative, something new. I think, I like to believe we're at the forefront of doing that and trying different ingredients that people aren't used to in beer.
I think what makes a good beer is really an individual experience and depends on what you like and what you're looking for. Some people out there are really looking for an extreme experience, and the more unique, the better.
A good beer is made with care and attention to detail.
It's a unique experience for most people. We're in such a small market right now that people are excited because it's new and they haven't tried it.
And I think that's what craft beer really is, putting love into your beer, caring about the product more than the cost of the ingredients that go into it.
I'm not afraid to bend the rules of beer styles and try new things. And it's unique, it's local, and it's fresh. Here at Angry Erik, I do pretty much everything from cleaning the trub out of the kettle at the end of the day, which is a very messy job. I'm literally up to my elbows in used hops.
Well, I'm one of the owners.
All the way to serving customers at the bar when our tasting room is open.
I'll wash dishes if that's what's needed in the tasting room.
The inventory, I do the actual recipe development.
I order equipment and kind of research that and research expansion and what we need to do for that.
And just a little bit of everything, which is exciting, and it keeps every day exciting and fun.
Clean the toilet at the end of the day. It's very glamorous.
My husband is named Erik. It is Erik with a K. He is Scandinavian, and he actually does not happen to be very angry at all on most given days. However, that's in part because we have a brewery and an endless supply of beer to make him happy. But originally, if you take a step back, he used to be a prosecutor in the Bronx, and he would often get called down to the courtroom to deal with judges on specific issues. And his colleagues, seeing his demeanor when he was interacting with the judges, nicknamed him Angry Erik.
We opened February 15th, 2014. We had our 1-year anniversary just a few months ago. When we started, we were so conservative. We had 2 beers when we started, just because we felt it was important to get open. I kept telling people on tours, we're only going to have 4 beers on tap here. It's a year later, we have 7 on any given day and rotate them regularly.
Erik and I had been homebrewing for about 15 years, and we really enjoyed it.
I don't know, we were a little crazy, and we don't have kids, and so we had some money that probably should go to a college education for a kid. We don't have kids, so we bought a bunch of stainless steel.
I started doing experiments on our brewing, and I would set up like 3 different recipes at the same time, each with different yeast or different hops, in order to develop the flavors. And at some point, Erik came to me and said, you have a problem. This is too much beer for the 2 of us, and even for our neighborhood who we were sharing it with. We need to do something that makes more sense. And so he basically set up a business plan, came to me and said, we can do something bigger. Let's make it work.
We kind of assumed it would just be a mom and pop operation. We'd be in the back brewing on a Saturday or Sunday, and then there'd be a few people up front in the tasting room. Within a few weeks, we kept waiting for the weekends to get quieter. We're like, all right, we're still just a gimmick. We've been open a week or 2. All right, next weekend it's going to be slow and we'll brew. And then every weekend it was too busy, which is, of course, a great problem to have. We didn't realize how quickly we would change, and Heidi would be full-time here, and we'd be hiring people. We told all our employees the first weekend, well, next weekend, who knows, we might not have a job. Then the following weekend, next weekend, you might not have a job. We don't know. It might get quiet. And we expanded a lot. In our first year, we did 25 different beers. We're in now 30 different locations. We started with 2. So it's hard for me to really envision where we're going to be in 5 years.
In terms of new flavor development, some of that comes from honestly waking up in the morning and having had a very strange dream about combinations of flavors. For example, the fig, orange, and garlic stout I made last fall. But really unique flavor combinations like that are really truly just inspirations or as I mentioned previously, culinary inspirations, just from concepts of what flavors go together and fusions from different cultures and just, what do we like, and what's refreshing in the summer, what's soothing and comforting in the winter, and that kind of concept. We just think about all those things. We do spend a fair amount of time purchasing popular commercial beers just so that we know what's going on out there. And not just the mainstream breweries that everybody's talking about, because those breweries are popular mostly because they're big now. But there's all these small guys who are just starting up who are also coming up with great ideas. And I think it's great to know what's out there. Because first of all, in our tasting room, people want to discuss what's out there and what's exciting and what's new. And it's good to have that conversation with them and to know what they're talking about. And it's exciting because the closer that the breweries are to each other, some people think of it as an issue with competition. But actually, we look at it as an opportunity to collaborate and have a cooperative like tourism type experience where we can really all benefit and just share ideas and share concepts and share experiences.
But I think variety is underappreciated, but most of the bar owners and restaurant owners are starting to realize, after we talked to them for a while, that craft beer drinkers want variety too. And even if they love that one beer, that doesn't mean they're not going to order a different beer for their second beer. And maybe they'll go back to the first, but the days of just saying I'm going to sit down and drink 10 of the same beer, hopefully it's not 10 of craft beer or any beer, but unless they have a driver. But but those days are kind of over. People want variety in their life and want to try new things.